things off here. Talon on the blue side, Nova on your red side for their first games of the PCS.
No, I can't get bananas out of my head, but now we see Zoe, the first ban of the game. Aphelios, no brainer. But honestly, Zoe though has been proving quite an effective pick for any team so far in the PCS. So this is totally understandable why they want to deny this one and take this off the game. At least also will not see the light of day for day number 1 as well. But so far so good. Like, you can keep Orin open and Soraka open because so far it ain't working.
How are he wearing his glasses?
Me too. I wanted to ask the same
You were gonna ask that too.
I thought that would make you dizzy.
I don't know.
Yeah.
You're the one who actually wears glasses, so I feel like it would. Let's take a look though. Talon going to be banning out the Zoe, the Ezreal, and the Set. Meanwhile, Nova going to be getting rid of the Aphelios, the Ornn, and the Senna. So that does leave open the Misfortune as well as the Soraka if they want to go ahead and play it here on the side of Nova.
Let's see if they do want to pick this up. I wonder what they're going to opt for and prioritize. First, Misfortune has been very 50-50 in the tournament so far. But I really like this Renekton pick. Such a strong early to mid-game champion. Just matches well with the state of the game at the moment. And I believe Rocky has played a very scary Renekton as well, being a threat in team fights and split pushing. But it will oh, Jhin.
We're getting a Jhin?
Hello.
All right, mixed cross. Let's see what you got. He's going to lock that one in. Rocky's going to have the Renekton for himself if he wishes to play it. Could also maybe see it on G4, but usually we see the Renektons in top lane right now. Talon, though, they're going to pair Wombo with Wombo, get themselves the Cataclysm available with the Jarvan getting locked in. Let's see, do they add in the Hot Pot combo with, say, a Rumble if they wish to? That is available.
Oh, it's the exact same combination during, what was that game again, where they had a Rumble, Jarvan, and as a Misfortune. There you go. Looks like they're going to opt for that. Bullet Time, Equalizer, and Cataclysm. That sounds super duper yummy. Not because we're hungry, but because it is an
now I got Heidi Lau in my head now. Thank you, Riku.
You said Hot Pot first, so.
Oh, you're going to blame me. Okay. For the side of Nova, though, it's going to be the Nautilus getting locked in. Big Submarine Boy going to be bringing out the hooks. We'll see if that's going to go on over. Likely to pop there. Plus G4 has been practicing the dark arts of NOV.
Quinn.
So I like this from Nova because I believe it was Mega actually during play-ins, during Worlds. They learned their lesson. If you're going to blind pick Renekton, get rid of Quinn. Because, oh my god, you cannot do anything in that matchup.
Yeah.
It was actually horrid.
Yeah, better safe than sorry. So might as well give a comfy spot for Rocky on the Renekton. So this is totes fine. Now, let's see what else they try to restrict, make Rocky's lane more comfy. But it looks like that's going to be a support ban instead, denying Kaibing off of that Leona. And now more jungle bans, I assume, coming from Talon. Looks like that's a no. LeBlanc being taken out of the table.
All right, so LeBlanc is away along direct side. That does mean, though, Ryan's going to have access to the Gragas, as he's going to go ahead and lock that in for himself. And the side of Nova, now on the side of Talon. What do you wish to do here? Oh, Braum would be good for intercepting some of those Jhin ultimate shots. So they're going to go ahead and pick that one up for Kaiwing. That'll be paired alongside the MF. And we're going to have Hanabi. Is he going to go for it? Yes, he will. It's going to be the Gangplank. And we saw this matchup already earlier on in the day between AHQ and J-Team. And, oh, baby, lock it in, G4, please. I am ready. It is. It's the Azir.
Yeah.
Getting locked in. We haven't seen Azir. Oh, it's been a while.
It's been a while. Yeah, I'm super happy that the Emperor Chicken is back again in competitive. So, especially when in the hands of someone such as G4, I'm expecting a lot of like highlights and a lot of flashy plays, a lot of clip-worthy plays from G4. But I guess that's putting too much on.
You're asking for a lot here on his first game.
I am.
But Emperor's Divide going to be pretty nice. Can use that for trying to disengage some of the engage being shown here on the side of Talon. So I'm excited to see how this one goes. I love Azir. He's one of my favorite champions when it comes to League of Legends, so getting to see him in any kind of pro play is always a treat as we're going to go ahead and load on into the Rift here for Game 1. Talon taking on Nova. And it's going to be, I think, our highlight on our end, Riku. We really wanted to talk about, it was the Korean jungle matchup. You got River, you got Ryan taking on each other, because those were kind of the two key components when it comes to this 2v2. On top of that, you're going to have a lot of AP when it comes to the mid lane. Rumble on Candy, G4 on Azir. I'm excited to see Nova also bringing out some different picks than what we've seen from the rest of the day.
Yeah, absolutely. With this Azir pick, again, high expectations on towards G4, as he has been the type to never repeat a mid pick whenever there is a series. But let's see, it's just one match, but his pool is just that big.
So we get in. It is sunsetting onto the Rift for our final game of day 1 of the PCS. Been able to see some great matches so far. Got to see some rematches from LMS Summer. We got to see C strike at one of the former LMS teams in Liab against Hong Kong Attitude. And now we get 2 brand new organizations. Again, Talon taking on Nova.
So excited for this matchup. With Nova, again, both of these teams, or players rather, from both of these squads have been through a lot in their own respective regions. So I guess I'm particularly excited for Unified and Kaiwing here in their new home as a duo being retained, coming from HKA, I believe, and now with no shenanigans, no funny business whatsoever, and no, no jungle steals from earlier. No Lee Sin this time round.
No Lee Sins. Come on, I love the Lee Sins though.
I know,
spicy.
it's spicy and it's just a nightmare to deal with.
It's the solo queue flex, okay?
Yep.
Simple as that.
Oh, well, we're going to see a Gragas and Jarvan matchup this time around, and I don't think this is probably the first time we're going to see this matchup, correct?
Yeah, first time we've seen it. Both junglers going to start on toward the bot side of the map. I do believe, though, that... Oh, okay, Ryan's going to go likely for a full clear. Meanwhile, River just goes buff to buff at this point, so I think... all right. Bit weird. I don't know why he's going buff to buff. He's going to take a decent amount of damage, actually, out of this.
Yeah,
oh, he still got smite. Okay.
Yeah.
He'll be fine. He goes over to the Gromp. I think... Does he have enough for level 3? I think he gets level 3 off this.
Oh, G4, they're making moves.
Yeah, he's just getting that ward down.
Okay.
So this might be some really good, I would say, scouting, but we've only played this. They haven't played a game yet. I was like, what, G4? He's got some...
Like, it's spider senses tingling or
yeah,
something.
apparently. He also got the first wave push in, so it was perfectly fine. He's still sitting at even on CS, both hitting level 3. Candy, though, he wants to get aggressive here onto G4.
Yeah, nicely done push coming from Candy, just zoning G4 away from the wave that he has right now. Meanwhile, Ryan will be done with the Raptors just in time to seek the scuttler around this area. Looks like the wave is shoved in favor of Rocky. Let's see if he gets the hunting down correctly.
Looks like he's going to back off here, so... interesting enough, unlike what we saw in our first match of the day, where Rest was able to get a dominating start over the Renekton, it looks like Rocky here has actually been able to hold his own against Hanabi, already up 10 CS at 3.5 minutes.
Yeah, absolutely. And meanwhile, bot lane, Mixed Cross, still not opting for any pot usage whatsoever. Still okay, no worries with pop. But then the zoning coming from Unified and Kaiwing is just a little bit tricky on this Jhin. But he's going to be fine.
River clears out his Crux, and it's a rather calm
start. It is. It is.
Peaceful start onto the Rift. No one going crazy. No one going for wacky lane swaps.
Yeah, no level 1 aggression coming from Hanabi. Well,
early ward, though, from Kaiwing. Wants to see whether or not the Gragas is on this side of the map.
Nope.
Let's them secure Scuttle. And they'll get set up for Dragon if they want to go very early for it.
Yeah.
That's whether or not if they decide to keep pushing in this wave in bot lane.
Yeah, because most of the lanes, so G4 actually running out of steam.
It's a rough matchup, especially with Candy. He doesn't have to worry about mana usage. G4, you have to rely on your soldiers to actually push back the wave, and they cost a lot of mana early. So with River nearby, I think G4 has to play rather safe. As we'll see how that one pans out.
And at this point, again, you're right. It is going to be a tough matchup for G4, but I do imagine things will be a little bit better once Ryan has stabilized things in his jungle, so he can relieve a little bit of pressure for G4 in the Azir. And since there's not a lot of priority just yet on that Dragon area, we see that Ryan has, you know, control over that. But Mixed Cross is quite low, so if they do start something, it might be a little bit awkward for them to start.
Well, then Mixed Cross himself a little low on the mana. He's been trying to push back there. G4 went back to base, picked up 2 amp tomes for themselves. So he'll have a little bit extra mana too. He got himself the blue crystal. So he can look to try and push back the wave. Control ward though, coming out from Nova, so they'll see that this Dragon could be started up. Candy's going to come over though and add support. As that bot lane being pushed on in. Oh, though Talon just seems a little indecisive. They decide to back off. I'm shocked. They had that push. They had priority.
Interesting. And
Rocky.
Rocky. Very, very brave. But yeah, you're right. I mean, Ryan was also all the way up. I mean, they don't have information that Ryan was all the way at the top side of the map, but I guess they do seem to show a little bit of indecisiveness.
I liking the aggression coming out there from Rocky though. Not afraid to go aggressive onto Hanabi, and that's Rocky style. Yeah. Rocky likes getting in your face in the top lane. He likes playing aggressive.
That's why I'm excited for the fights later on, especially the 5v5 fights from Nova side, since that's where they tried. What do you call this? Why did prosper? The word prosper came into my head. I have no idea why. But anyway, Pop.
Oh, Pop. He's going to get knocked up. He's also going to get tagged and stunned up. G4, though, gets a little bit of damage. Oh, and the Gangplank ultimate coming out supports, and that's going to be the first blood going on over to Talon. As River is able to secure the kill, and with that, Scuttle is also going to go down, and likely an Infernal. A lot gained off one quick pick off Pop.
That's the patience game being played by Talon Esports, and it was rewarded well for themselves. Pop was in the wrong place, at the right place. That's the right place for Talon.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, right place for Talon, wrong place for Nova. We'll take a look there. I think, it's just a simple catch out here. Pop, I don't think he saw the ward go down. So he assumed that he missed it in the last second or so. But yeah, easy pick up there on the side of Talon.
Yeah, unfortunately, the flash didn't help Pop at all in that situation. And therefore, the reset has happened. First Dragon of the game, Infernal towards Talon Esports. And meanwhile, Rocky having the time of his life, actually losing the trade there against Hanabi, but still managed to get 1 plate, I suppose, from the tower.
1 plate, and still has about 2 waves advantage over the Gangplank.
Yeah.
We see Ryan, he wants to try and get a little bit of invade, going to get some information. Oh, they just want to try and deny this one away from River. Oh, Ryan, you see River here. Gets away from the knockup, but ends up using the body slam to get out to safety. Unified, though. Bullet time comes out. Oh! Ryan just able to hold on. Equalizer coming out from Candy. And he says, all right, let's bring in the siege. Candy from downtown on the equalizer, picking up the kill onto Ryan. Very nicely done here by Talon.
That was such a yummy equalizer, but, you know, Ryan had nowhere else to go. You know where to put down that ult, and now not only did they get a kill, they also get rewarded with a Rift Herald for themselves. So that was really tricky for Nova. They were a little bit comfortable to take that blue buff there.
Yeah, Ryan, he thought he got away. And then Candy. Oh, nicely done. There's nothing you can really do if you're Ryan there. Meanwhile, oh, that's a feels bad. Mixed cross. Ultimate being denied by the Braum. This is going to allow a siege come through for the side of Talon. Well, they opt to not try and go for that turret plate, though. I think Mixtros can... yeah, he should be able to clear that out. I hate when you have to reload.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Well, looks like they're going to start again. Wait for the second wave to push in and get that plate. I don't think... Not sure if it wasn't taken just yet, so maybe they can try to leech off that 5th plate as Mixcross was able to finish the waves in time for it before it could tick. Rocky in danger.
Oh no, Rocky can't handle Hanabi.
Yeah, we saw the matchup earlier. Hanabi and as well as Renekton and Gangplank. Yeah.
Oh buddy, who was the first one? Civ versus Rest.
Yeah.
And Rest was able to do decently well early, and then the Renekton actually took over. This time around, it's kind of the opposite, but Rocky still has a bit of a CS advantage.
Yeah. Still probably trying to wait for a Tiamat complete baby, perhaps, later on. The Sheen, meanwhile, for the Gangplank. But now, we see the Rift Herald being summoned, and meanwhile, there's just only 2 members there. So Mixcross and Pop may be in an awkward position if they decide to stay. Now they're gonna concede that one, and G4 on the other hand will decide to push mid lane instead. But Candy is on his way back, so it's gonna be, he won't be able to get anything out of that so far.
So nicely done. First tower of the game over in favor of Talon. Gives themselves a 2,200 gold lead at about 11 minutes, so not a bad start. Meanwhile, too, Unified's starting to get a big CS lead over Mixcross, too, because of this.
Exactly.
It seems like a lot of these C teams just are having trouble when it comes to the lane swaps or just trying to separate away from laning phase immediately. They just want to stay in that laning phase, try and farm up a little bit more, but a lot of these former LMS teams, they say, nope, we're going to go ahead, get you moving across the map immediately.
And the thing is, it was Ryan and as well as G4 who were in too deep in the jungle parts of Talon Esports, and now they had to reap what they sow. But now this is going to be a sneaky play. Oh no, River, run!
River, gets fancy. Hot Pot gonna go on down with Ryan in the middle of it, ends up using his stopwatch, but Rumble is able to burn him down as Gragas gonna get taken out. Meanwhile, here over toward the side, Unify ends up using the bullet time, is able to separate the fight. Pop is now caught over to the side. Candy flashes away to safety, and Pop trying to Spider-Man his way out to safety as well. And looks like he will be able to. In the end, it is only just going to be the single kill going on over to Talon.
I absolutely thought it was going to be Nova's win because they were the first ones to pull the trigger, and they actually jumped on toward River, and I think they didn't have enough damage at the time, and that was a really interesting interaction. Cataclysm as the cask towards Ryan, and now it's going to be the golden Gragas. River managed to get away, so Nova Esports wasn't able to get the kills that they wanted to and actually suffer the consequences of losing Ryan as well.
Yeah, Candy able to get to safety with that flash though, so they won't be super bummed out there. At least Nova were able to get a summoner or 2 out of that fight, but still, it's about a 3,000 gold lead now for Talon. And with that extra bit of pressure, there is an item difference when it comes to the AD carries. This would be a point that if Talon wanted to go for that Mountain Drake, they easily could. And you know what's also scary?
What?
We have ourselves possibly a Cloud Drake Soul then going to be coming up next, because it would be likely it or the Ocean. And Talon's comp is kind of disgusting if you have cooldown reduction on that ultimate.
Oh, I can't imagine. Gangplank ult. Actually, just practically everyone.
Everyone loves
in the
it.
squad. Oh. Yeah. But, yep, there we go. They have control over this area. Nova Esports has no choice but to concede this one. And meanwhile, because Rocky had lost his top lane, and now the lane swap might be a little bit awkward for him. Look, there's still 4 plates on that Gangplank. And looks like Hanabi will have a fun time just clearing the waves with the barrels.
Yeah. And like we mentioned, Cloud Drake Soul going to be next up on the list. Unified also going to... Oh!
No.
He just missed that turret plate. That hurts.
Ay, ay, ay. It happens.
It doesn't matter. He's almost 50 CS up over Mixed Cross.
Yeah.
I am not sold on the Jin pick. I'll tell you that much. It wasn't even that. Like, you got, if you're falling this far behind, 0-0-0, it means you're also getting stomped in lane if you're on this point. So I'm very afraid for Nova right now. Maybe Mixed Cross. It was also his decision to play the Jin into the MF.
Maybe it's one of just. Maybe he was feeling it today. Like,
Maybe he was feeling it.
I feel like playing Jin. I'm confident. Even though per se, like I wouldn't have the best laning phase ever.
Hanabi, I wouldn't do this, buddy. He can't stop the TP. He's caught underneath. He uses the Gangplank ultimate to try and save his life. It doesn't matter. Does he get popped? No. Gets out of range of the tower. That's rather risky, though, if they keep staying down here with only the one minion. Pop, able to escape, and hey, I said Mixed Cross needed to get something. He gets himself a kill off Hanabi.
Nepsuri, that was a very. I mean, I don't think Hanabi was aware that everyone was there in the bottom side of the map.
Still.
Yeah, still. Yeah, it was probably trying to save the tower and see if he can do something else. But yeah, Hanabi had to suffer the consequences this time around, but at least his tower is still intact, and I just realized the animation for Kaiwing's skin is just amazing. I heard the splashes.
You heard the splashes? Oh no. Oh no, Riku.
No.
It's only the first day of PCS and we're talking about splashes. Oh no.
Oh no. Yeah. Anyway, moving forward.
You only know, Hanabi always said he always thought himself to be the number 10th top laner when it came to the PCS, so.
Really? Oh.
Yeah, well, I think he's just being humble.
Okay.
I think he thinks he's actually rather good. He just says, yeah, I'm just not good at top lane. And we're like, Hanabi, stop. All right. Though, to be honest, he's now down 60 CS against Rocky. This is not going all that well for Hanabi.
Yeah. It was very topsy-turvy at first. It was Hanabi just dominating Rocky in the lane, but I suppose it really is different, especially if you're up against a Renekton. At this point, you're always going to be shoved in your own tower if you don't land those barrels well, and Rocky will just be able to deny that from you and trade well, as he's just going to go all in, stun you, heal back, get out.
Ping's coming out toward mid lane here, as that's going to be Unified and Kaiwing. Go back to match the duo of Nova is, man, Kaiwing, he's making up at least for the top lane CS difference himself. He's still sitting at about 60 CS above, you know, aiming for that flame horizon possibly. Bot lane, we haven't seen a lot of G4, unfortunately, this game.
Yeah.
On the Azir, and yes, I would not stay there, G4. If Unified and Kaiwing stay. No, they're not. Okay, so G4, I don't think he'd be able to defend much. Should be able to clear Shelly.
He may be able to defend, but it's just a few chunks here and there, and that tower is going to be down. But Rocky!
Hanabi, you're 2 levels down, buddy. You're going to use that cleanse. He's able to get to safety, so it's a rather even trade. Still, Rocky's 2 levels on Hanabi right now. This is disgusting.
It's insane.
Like, what's going on? Oh, okay, Rocky, you missed cannon. All right. Alt F4, get out of here. You saw what happened.
Yep. Denying every single barrel at this point. Now, next dragon is going to be spawning in a few. But Talon is, I guess, doing a good job at this point. They're in the lead, but I feel like the problem in the near future would be in the near future. In the game later on would definitely be Rocky, if ever they do manage to catch Unified later on into these 5v5 fights. So that's the only thing I'm worried about at this point for Talon. They're in the lead now. They're in a comfy spot, but with Nova Esports, they've been the players. Majority of the players have been in tight situations before, where they had to play from behind. So this was probably not. They're no stranger to this kind of situation.
See, River moving over. They got the Scuttle, and they also have Prio now on to the Cloud Dragon. Do they want to go on in? There's that choke point they're looking for. Hot Pot goes on down, and Ryan's going to burn up a little bit too hot in the Mala. He's going to get taken down. He does actually trade back with the help of Pop and Mixcross. That is such a late ultimate. Whoa, buddy.
Ooh, okay. Well, he was
Mixcross
already
is
safe.
backing right now. The team is still fighting. All right.
He's not going to cancel.
Oh, he's got no health, though. He almost went down.
Yeah.
How did he almost... How did he almost die? I don't remember him being in that fight.
Yeah, I was so busy
What?
looking at Ryan's situation over at that choke point near the blue buff. Yeah, I guess we'll check it out later.
Yeah, let's
I don't
see.
see it now.
Okay, so I think Mixcross got on the tail end of this, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they go in with River over there, and Mixcross actually in a very...
Oh, he walks back into the gangplank ultimate and the equalizer. Okay, Mixcross. Buddy. Oh, buddy, calm down. Okay, that was a little questionable. River in the pit, going on to that steal. Can he get it? No, it's going to be smited by Ryan, able to control there.
Okay. All right. Now we...
Calm down now. Nova find themselves some extra cooldown reduction on their ultimates.
Yeah.
They'll be pretty happy.
Yeah, they managed to deny such a key dragon buff away from Talon Esports. Especially you don't want to see that disgusting Gangplank ult in the equalizer again. You saw Mixcross, we thought he was healthy, but no, he was just burned.
I'll be frank,
that
was a rough run for Mixcross. I think we're being a little too hard on Mixcross. He still hasn't died this game, so he's still doing fairly well.
Yeah.
Only difference is really the CS, and again, how useful he is going to be when it comes to the team fight, of course.
Yeah, absolutely. And with G4 actually in a very huge CS lead against Candy here, but Candy with a 202 KDA at this point, with landing a lot of key equalizers so far into this game. So I'm expecting a lot more of that. So without at least, you know, they're a little bit nerfed without that air Drake on the hands of Talon Esports. So Nova would gladly have that and finally destroy that top side tower.
Yeah, Rocky's going to get some extra gold for himself. He's going to be pretty happy. Talon, though, still playing this, you know, NA RAM at this point. You know, not sticking away, not going away to any of these other side lanes. Hanabi is still trying to pressure in onto it. He's going to farm up. He's just going to scale up on that Gangplank. You know, later as the game goes, the more useful that Gangplank becomes usually. Can still use the ultimate. Can still get a massive barrel during a team fight if no one's occupied. You can see Unified in there. He's comfortable. He's taking a sip of the water. He's doing all right.
Yeah, I mean, after taking a break after all that fight earlier, but all the pings, though.
All the pings.
All the pings in the world.
Let's see here.
But yeah, they really do want to get that mid tower out of their hair at this point for Talon Esports. But because of the really scary potential of starting the fight, especially with Ryan in and Pop as well, I think that's the reason why they're a little bit more wary. Unified highest gold ranking in the game at this point, with just farming up, and it's continuing to grow against Mixcross.
I'm interested because a lot of the style that we see from Nova and how they played back when they were Mega in the LST, where a majority of this roster came from, was they often relied on mistakes from their opponents. And right now, it seems like that's kind of their game plan right now. They're just hoping, hey, Talon might make a misplay here, at some point. We can look to capitalize, then we can come back into this game, get a quick drag, and get into a Baron, then look to siege in. I think, though, when you're going against a team that is, in all honesty, Talon's roster on paper looks quite strong.
Yeah.
If anything, they're going to make mistakes because of the lack of synergy they have built up so far. But the team's been scrimming nonstop, even during the break here. And there we go. Bullet time directly onto Pop. Uses Gargoyle Stolen Plate to get over to safety. Will flash away. Again, both of these squads just looking for one person to catch out. I think that's why the vision game is going to become so important now, as Talon look to position themselves toward the top side of this map.
But you're super right, though, Bo. We've seen it time and time again. Whenever before Ascension or Mega Esports were behind in the game, it was always that late game miracle team fight where Rocky does something or G4 does something in the team fight and just turn things around in that instant. So it's amazing that you brought that up, right? That is the pattern that we've seen most of the time whenever we see Nova or Mega Ascension way back in LST or maybe in GCM even. So I'm excited how they can come back from this, because again, this is a different team they're up against, and the different version of their team as well. So Talon Esports, I feel like they're really not going to give any leeway for Nova Esports at this point.
No. It's much more experience. Again, Ryan getting caught out into a Gangplank ultimate. G4 over toward the side. Does he want to try and jump in? He decides not to. Ryan burned down! Woo! He got enough health off his passive when he put down the barrel. I disagree with this from Talon. I think you go Baron. You force them to make something happen. You just have the Gragas go back.
Yeah. No cast.
Oh, G4 had teleport. Okay, so they got a teleport burnt out of it too.
I guess it is totally fine to just go for the next dragon of the game, try to zone them out as well. Let's see what Nova Esports does, because this is one of those things where they can start something.
Oh, choke point. Here we go, Nova. What do they try and go for here? Bit of a toss-up. It's going to go on over to Talon. Here we go. Equalizer goes on down. G4 getting ripped apart. Able to survive, though, over toward the side. Candy gets to safety, and no one goes down.
Retreat, and looks like the game plan is now to destroy mid lane finally after 25 minutes into the game.
Oh,
Teleport.
Hanabi.
I'm so scared.
Oh, Hanabi. We saw. Oh my God, that was frame perfect coming out from Pop. But meanwhile, the bullet time, it was all a bait. Riku apparently a cat. Ryan, calm down, bud. It seems like they're almost venting frustration. They're like, how is no one dead after these ultimates being used?
Exactly, from Dragon, and then they aim for mid, and then that was a perfectly timed cue from Pop, and still no one fell. And that's why Ryan was like, hey, here's a cask. I'm so done. I'm out of here. But it's more like, of course, a disengage.
It's when you tell Gragas finally, this is your tab, bud. And he's like, nope. Get me out of here. Don't want to listen to it. Oh, boy.
That fadeaway cast. That was, But, better safe than sorry. Sorry.
Excuse me, I'm the Canadian here.
Yes.
Sorry.
That's
all you got to do. There you go.
There. Thanks for the lesson.
Well, don't worry. You get to teach me the
Filipino.
The Filipino.
Filipino, yeah. No, we've got a whole split to learn.
I'm going to be fluent,
terms.
so I can lead the Liab army with my faith.
Oh yeah, that's right. You're in that camp now.
I didn't choose the camp. The camp chose me, apparently.
Well.
Oh boy. Unified, pushing that one back. Mixed Cross, still only sitting on one completed item. He really needs to go back. He's only got the Storm Ranger. You'd like to see that Infinity Edge, I guess, completed. He's got no Zeal item either. Usually you see the Zeal item. Oh yeah, he built the static, but that was another static, the Shiv. Oh jeez.
Oh no.
Oh no.
My.
Oh, Hanabi. Yeah, run baby, because unfortunately Rocky's on top. Yeah, and he's Hanabi, the man that lived apparently. Never mind. Rocky's like, oh, I didn't kill him? Ah, gosh darn.
Still not enough.
Are they gonna try and position for this? Nova can really shred this apart with an Azir. Well, they have an Azir, but then they have a Jhin. Jhin doesn't really tear it apart.
Yeah.
Rocky can keep pushing here, though. Rocky's kind of become a little bit of an issue.
True. This is what he does, right? Like, if you don't deal with Rocky, especially in a comfort pick such as Renekton, it's just either a problem in a team fight or a problem in the map as that split pusher. And it works super well. And Hanabi's having a difficult time for sure, especially if he's caught off guard. And still.
Well, yeah, we'll talk about that one later.
Yeah.
I don't know what his plan is there, but Mixed Cross clears out the Raptors. He's got to be careful, though. He's about to get Flame Horizon by Unified. Unified's been farming up a storm on this Misfortune. Well over 10 CS a minute.
Yeah. 100 lead almost against Mixed Cross. Insane.
All right, Mixed Cross, where are you going to go back? Is he just going to go ahead? I think he just goes and gets the Infinity Edge if he's not going to get a Zeal item. Yeah, goes for the Infinity Edge, wants the extra crit damage, understandable for the Jhin. Gets himself another cloak. Get himself some more crit chance. I'm loving it. It's the Earth tactic at this point.
It is. It makes
Oh,
huh?
wait. Candy. All right. So this is the first instance we've had an instance. You know, if any of you guys watch LCK, you have heard about the Forbidden Book. And I don't know why Candy has gone this at all. When he could just go Void Staff. He's already got the Leandries.
Rhea has enough money as
There's
well.
no healing also on the side of Nova. You can't even use the healing.
Maybe against
He
Gragas and Renekton.
Which,
Which,
but look at this. You'd be pretty much doing true damage
yeah.
at this point. I guess there isn't a whole lot of MR. He can get away with it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all right. Oh, G4.
G4.
In a very...
Let's see
Awkward
where they want to
position.
go. It's hidden. Talon, they're
Oh,
trying to
they
set up a
spot
trap.
River.
Oh, River. You're in the river. River. River, you just jumped into the Nautilus. He's going to get hooked on back. They find themselves a knock up, and there goes the equalizer. Oh, beautiful cast coming out from Ryan, though. And they get the shutdown going on over to G4 as Pop flashes away to safety.
All right, that's going to be a 2-for-0 exchange round. Nova won that one, and that leaves open an Air Drake. Now they're still pinging over that Baron area. Most likely try to secure vision first.
Yeah, they
just
gotta
in
get vision.
case. Yeah, just in case Nova decides to scooch over towards the Baron. That's 20 seconds on the clock.
This was a huge barrel, though, coming out
Yeah.
from Ryan. Sure, you know what? Unified's been able to farm up a storm, but if he gets caught out by a barrel like this,
boom,
he's out of there.
I love that. That is so yummy. That is so juicy. Pop, of course, had to flash. But now at this point, Unified, 3 seconds. There's still 4 members lurking around as Jarvan,
Oh,
River.
Candy doesn't have ultimate. If they had ults, this is beautiful.
Pop.
Hanabi, they gotta go in.
Where'd they go?
They can go in. They gotta, oh no. So Nova get themselves the Baron at least. Are they actually, is Pop just gonna? I thought Pop actually was about to get back to base. That would have been insane. Okay, so Baron is secured here on this. Wait, yeah. Here we go. What do they do now? G4 trying to lead the charge. He's got himself 2 kills.
Okay, so now that they have... But now we have 2 members slowly walking towards mid lane. So I assume Talon is going to get this first here mid tower. And now Nova Esports just got to get that reset because bot lane is pushing slowly towards their end. But now they have Baron. Now they can fight back.
I'm disappointed in Candy. He had stopwatch available too. He could have went for the hero play on that Baron pit. Unfortunately, though, that is going to be the Baron lost to Nova, and Nova found themselves a gold lead finally. They've been down the entire time as of late.
Yeah. And I mean, again, this is the Thailand special so far we've seen from the LSDN as well as the GCM before, where as the game progresses, I think that's how they get stronger. They warm up. They just know how to maneuver and find the right opportunities, especially when Talon gets a little bit loose. From earlier, there was no vision at that river area, and that's the reason why it snowballed into a Baron take, because the Talon Esports was caught off guard by the engage of Nova. So we'll see. Now Nova has the Baron. Now they're pushing towards 2 lanes so far, and they're working it.
Yeah, and you can take a look here on Gold Graph. It's just swung back all the way down to Nova once again as they're able to finally find themselves a lead after being down for over 25 minutes. Baron buff hasn't been huge, though. They've only got about 50 seconds. They've only been able to secure about 1,700. The bigger question is, can they get themselves an inhibitor off this siege? I think there's too much wave clear on the side of Talon. I think they can delay it.
Yeah, that's true. And they always have to fear the cannon barrage coming from Hanabi and Equalizer. That is a straight path. So a lot of choke points. It will make it difficult for them to escape. So if Talon wants to pull the trigger, it could be anytime. Hanabi, though, busy just harassing Rocky out of that and clearing that wave over there.
Throughout the wave, 20 seconds on Baron. They might get an extra push with minions, but it will dissipate here shortly. So it looks like Nova, unless they're able to get this final push off here, they might get themselves the inhibitor tower, and it shall fall Baron buff, though, is going to go away. Does
Hanabi?
Talon make a stand here? Hanabi trying to get the barrel. He does tag Ryan, but that's all he's able to get, as Baron will expire, and I think Nova are able to claim themselves about a 2,000 gold lead in the end.
All right, so Nova at least managed to get that bottom, or rather that second tier tower, and as well as the inhibitor tower of the game. Nova Esports slowly creeping in, and very scary once again, as the gold lead has swung tremendously towards Nova Esports, and now they do want to deny that fourth dragon away from Talon as well. So now that's going to be their next game plan for sure. Again, I'm really scared still, because the same thing could happen, the same fate could happen with the Wombo combo still from Talon available. So Nova will have to tread carefully here.
So Scuttle going to be secured. Going to have ourselves another Cloud Drake in about a minute. That would make 3 for Nova. Talon are looking for Soul off the next dragon if they can get it. If not, though, Nova have an opportunity to get themselves over 40% cooldown reduction on their ultimates. Still 5-4. Very close game. Down to the razor's edge. It's going to be whoever makes the mistake first, and recently it looks like Talon have been the ones to do that.
Yeah.
Let's see here, though. Nova regroup. Start prioritizing toward the Cloud Drake. We'll see here. Talon, they know what's going on. It's just darkness on their side.
It's so hard.
River gets it, goes in, not able to seal it away, gets the Cataclysm onto the back line. Meanwhile, that's going to be Unified trying to use the bullet time, not able to find anything. Ryan going over the wall, flash body slam. He finds Skywing. He'll find the kill, and G4 brings in the Empire as they're able to find themselves a kill. Ryan, though, also going down. It's getting turned back around. Talon, it's too hot for Nova, and Talon are able to show them why they bleed crimson as they're able to turn back the fight. It's a 3-for-1 in favor of Talon Esports.
All these stopwatches on the side of Talon Esports, and I think Rumble didn't even have to use his, and now they're pushing towards that mid tower. Nova Esports, that's a lot of death timers. That's long death timers at that. Rocky will be the latest, or rather 30 seconds on the clock for Rocky. This is tough.
That's going to be the inhibitor tower. Does Talon try and pull the trigger here? They don't have Skywing. I think they're able to get the inhibitor. Are they going to try and end? Mixed Cross, he has to stay alive. Pop is going to do what he can, but the equalizer goes immediately down onto the Jhin. That's going to be a triple knock-up, though, coming back in their favor. Ryan finds himself the body slam, but guess what? Your Nexus is being attacked here, Nova. You got to defend. It doesn't matter. Talon are just going to rush the base, and they take home the victory over Nova.
My brain exploded because Nova Esports had, well, sorta, they were already starting to set their foundation. Okay, this is the time where we're probably going to win, and that one team fight, which I thought Nova Esports had, Talon Esports just maneuvered so well in that area. I mean, I love it. I love League of Legends.
You love League of Legends. Absolutely incredible. Oh, but it was a really close game.
Yeah,
that was good.
It was.
I'll give it to Nova. It looked like they had the ability to take those fights, but it's so many stopwatches game.
Yeah, that's true.
There. That is tilting. If you're on the side of Nova, we're going to go ahead, though, and take a look at that final team fight in around the Dragon Pit, and see how exactly it all unfolded here for Talon to take home the victory. So let's go ahead and see.
Yeah, I wonder how that started. I wonder if G4 was like, I saw Mixed Cross was stopwatch this whole time because he was getting zoned out. So they didn't have an AD carry like most of the time in this team fight in general. He does unleash the ult. Kendi was blocking all of the bullets from Mixed Cross at this point, and again, a lot of stopwatches in that fight, and therefore, wow, Talon Esports, amazing.
Yeah, there you go. That's going to be your post-game breakdown. Talon with the victory. Only 8-6 as far as kills went. That was much more accustomed to what you maybe see over in the LCK.
Yeah.
Very paced out game, but you see that goal graph. It got a little scary there for Talon. They saw, Nova was starting to creep up and overtake them overall. So Again, congratulations to Talon for them finding their first victory in their first match. And Nova, commendable.
Yeah.
I would have to say. A very, very commendable effort.
Yeah, especially Rocky was just such a monster in the Renekton and made Hanabi gave Hanabi a hard time in his lane in general. But yes, Kai Wing and Unified. Yes. I'm like.
Were you making sure? Were you looking over at me for like
Yeah,
reassurance? You're like,
I said it right.
Pretty sure.
Unified.
These are the
Yeah,
players.
Unified was a star in Talon Esports. It's just, I can't wait to see more of their bot lane. Really.
Well, now the question becomes, who is going to be taking home our MVP for this game? Not a whole lot of kills to go along, but I do have a feeling, based off those damage charts, we might either see it toward the bot lane or mid. No, it's going to go on over to Unified. They're going to go ahead with him as he takes home his first MVP of the split.
A 62% kill participation here, and he was basically everywhere, really,
Yeah.
especially during Rift Herald takes, when you thought that you were safe or you were just going to face the mid laner and the jungler. Hello, Talon Esports. Everyone from Talon Esports were there, so yeah.
Everyone from Talon.